Good morning. I would like to welcome all of you to this special occasion marking the retirement of Senior Chief Petty Officer John Vivian. We are gathered this morning to witness the final stage in a very full and productive 21-year military career. We are also gathered to say thanks to a great shipmate. Thanks for his many contributions, which in their own unique way have made our Navy a stronger and more capable force in our never-ending fight for peace in this sometimes troubled world. Thanks for his many dedicated hours and personal initiative that have helped to make NRD Phoenix the proud professional organization it is today. Thanks for being the type of leader that has ensured the next generation of sailors are ready to meet the challenges of tomorrow. Just as this is the end of his phase in life, it is the beginning of another. So our gathering today also gives us the opportunity to wish him every success in the future as he looks forward to new challenges and rewards. I extend an especially warm welcome to Senior Chief Vivian's wife, Mary, and their sons, Devin and Justin, and daughter, Molly. I know that you, more than any of us, are vividly aware of the sacrifices that your husband and father has made in the service of our country. And I speak for the entire Chiefs Mess when I say how pleased we are to have you here with us today. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the guest speaker for today's ceremony, Senior Chief Petty Officer Retired, William Ortiz.
So I told Bud that I'm gonna try to keep it short. So probably be about an hour. So everybody just kind of get comfortable. No, just kidding, really. Good morning and thank you. I want to welcome Commander Bear, Command Master Chief Chauvelin, of course, Mary, Molly, Justin, Devin. Thanks for welcoming me and with open arms. Bud's mother and father, Doug and Wendy. The family members in attendance, I see there's a lot of them, so they do like you. The Chiefs Mess, officers, and of course the sailors and ranks, welcome. I'm extremely honored to be here in sunny, beautiful Arizona. And I think I might be staying, so hopefully you got a room for me. Mary, Molly, Justin, Devin, and yes, Bud's retirement. This is definitely a nice change from Ohio, where it's gloomy and stormy now. So, like I said, get that room ready. Thank you for giving me a break from there. Before I go into my retirement speech, about our man of the day, I'm just going to give you a little idea of how far we go back. I've known Bud for over 20 years and met him at his first command out of boot camp in A School. We've actually served together in 4 different commands together. So we spent a lot of time together, and it's truly like a brother to me. Thank you again for letting me be a part of this special day. Before I go into some embarrassing, funny stories, I want to pay tribute and honor to the people who was responsible for Bud being the successful man he is today. Of course, it starts off with a good foundation, Bud's parents, Doug and Wendy Vivian. The way he cares about people and wants to always assist and help in any way he has to be instilled. And obviously you did a great job. And that was taught by you. And looking at this wonderful family, I'm sure he has aunts and uncles that also paid some part of that as well. Now, when I met Bud, he was a good-looking young man. I don't know what happened. I told you it was going to kind of be a roast, though. He was good. He had an awesome personality with a lot of energy, eager to take on everything the Navy has to throw his way. He had too much energy sometimes, the type that could get him in trouble sometimes. That's when I believe he was blessed and given a wonderful woman early early in his career. Mary, you was the answer to him settling down and helping him become the man he is today. And when you got married and gave him the best gift of all, Justin and Devin, I remember he was so excited when he found out, especially when he had twins. So I know you hear stories, good and bad, but he was truly excited. So it gave him a new sense of purpose and made him mature quickly. Then when little Marley came into the picture, that was the icing on the cake. Daddy's little girl. I know one of the hardest jobs in the Navy is that of a military spouse. Your dedication, sacrifices is beyond measure, especially with twin boys while he was gone. Just you, right? Mary, Molly, Justin, and Devin, you stayed strong and was so supportive during all these years. I could say from experience, having children myself and having to deal with the same thing, that it was that Bud was able to do his job, because he knew that you guys were staying strong. So, thank you for your dedication. Can we give the family another round of applause, please? Okay, now back to you, Bud. When you called and asked if I would speak here, one of the first things I said was, "Are you sure?" Knowing you for over 20 years and serving with you, I have a lot of ammunition to fire your way today. I only share a couple of stories. Don't worry, I'll be good. I remember when one of the stories. I remember when he used to go out as a young airman. He was a plane captain. He was a plane captain. Does inspections on aircraft, and so we would actually go out and have him go do inspections on aircraft. And Bud was pretty good, so he would actually do an inspection and probably have less than an hour. He was like an hour, basically hour he had to spare. So he did it early. So what would happen is that Bud would actually take that hour that he had, and he would go and mess around and take naps in the helicopter. So little did he know that we had cameras. So what we would do was we would zoom in on the cameras, and there's young Airman Vivian taking a nap in the cabin. But when you're a respected plane captain, one of the best, people tend to let things slide. I do remember you and Sherry were superstars in that squadron. So that was a testament of your leadership and how good you were. Another story, one of my most memorable things I'll remember about Bud, and maybe he still does this with family, I don't know. But whenever he was troubleshooting an issue with the helicopter and couldn't figure things out, he would give this funniest look and scratch his head like this. So that's telling me that the helicopter's not going to get fixed anytime soon, because Bud cannot figure things out. And I don't know if he does that in the family today, but that's just one of the stories that I'm going to take with me. And of course, looking at his hair, he had a lot of issues that he couldn't figure out. I'm almost done. Speed it up. That's okay. Mine is pretty much gone too. So, all right, another story, and there's a disclaimer, Mary. Promise, way before you, and nothing happened. So we had a detachment go out to El Centro, and where we took a few helicopters. El Centro is another place where we actually do exercises and so forth. And we decided to have a few drinks at a bar, and so while we was having a few drinks and a few buddies of ours, we had a young lady and her friend come up to us and start drinking with us. Well, it turns out that this young lady was the commanding officer of the base's daughter. Not a good situation. So, to make a long story short, we went ahead and went outside. Very short. It's coming. So we actually proceeded. We actually was told this by an individual that worked there. We pulled Bud outside and told Bud the situation. And of course, Bud was like, hey, but I still want to have a few drinks. I don't care who that young lady is. Knowing Bud, he likes beer. So rest assured, the duty van comes up and, hey, that was our cue. So that was God sent there. So we jumped into the duty van and we was out of there. So crisis diverted. Didn't have to talk to the commanding officer's daughter again. So that was a good thing. Let me see where I'm at here. Excuse me. Sorry.